Regis, here we are. Firstly, I think it's possibly the first time this season you've got everybody available.
I don't know, but not really, because I think it would be a bit short for Romain and Adji to be involved in the first leg, but almost the full squad. Yeah.
Are you looking for Romain to be involved then Tuesday night rather than Friday?
Yeah.
And Dan Ballard was back on Saturday, played half an hour. Have you got a couple of difficult conversations to have this week with a couple of players?
Not really, because I think we are all involved in the same objective. So we know that if we have different options to face different challenges, away, at home, I hope 3 games, we'll need everyone. So this squad, these players are proud of what they've done so far, and it was clear that we played as a team, as a unit, with different starting 11, different subs, and they were ready to face the different challenges, and it was always a group. So some of them will be disappointed for the first leg maybe, but after that they can switch on really quickly.
I mean, all season you've been very much, you're only thinking about the next game, but in this instance, are you managing in your head a 2-game scenario and having to look at both options as one, if you see what I mean?
Not really. First step is the semi-final away, and it will define probably part of the scenario of the second game. So it's really important to be focused on the first leg with a specific atmosphere, specific ambition when you are playing at home and away, and after that we'll see.
How much of the 2 games you've played against Coventry this season, how much have they coloured what you think about this game on Friday?
I think it will be totally different, because when you are playing in the championship, full season, regular season with 46 games to play, and you have different scenarios, different forms, different contexts, I think, and obviously the players should be more or less the same, but the event will be completely different. So we know they can be strong, but we know also that they can have weaknesses, and it's the case for us as well. So we'll have previous information, but now it will be a different game.
And how concerned are you about goal scoring as well? Because it's clearly something that's been an issue over the last month or so.
Yeah, it was. I think it started with a massive achievement. So because we went in the top 4 all season, secured the 4th place, and after that, I think probably after Leeds, Hull, we felt that the automatic promotion became unrealistic, I think, and at the same time the 4th place was secured very early, so we had nothing to chase really, and in that situation, I think it's tough for all the teams in the world. If you look at Paris Saint-Germain in France, for example, they won the title, went unbeaten all season, and when they started to prepare the semi-final, we'll have the second leg this evening, they lost 2 games in a row, one at home, one away. So if the biggest teams in the world can struggle in that situation, I think it was the case for us as well, with different circumstances, situations, but it was the case. Now we'll play for a specific event and we'll have something to chase, so the mindset will be completely different.
I mean, obviously keeping a clean sheet would be ideal, but are you concerned about, or how important is the first goal in this scenario?
Yeah, it can influence the energy, momentum, the atmosphere in the stadium, probably yes. But at the same time, if you watch the semi-final yesterday, you know that anything can happen. So it's very important to stick together, to stay connected, to play with our identity, to stay grounded in our principles, because we worked really well this season with these principles, and to stay strong, to play our best football, whatever are the events.
How do you think about in terms of psychology? Because sometimes psychology is quite important. Someone like Frank Lampard has obviously played club and international football and has encountered these sort of situations numerous times. I mean, does that experience, do you think, count for something in the dressing room before games like this?
Probably it can be useful, but at the end, it will be one team against another team, and 2 games to play, and we'll see.
I mean, in one sense, you want to step up the jeopardy, don't you? Because you want that adrenaline, you want that energy. At the same time, though, you want to keep everybody calm and not lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah, it's always a subtle balance between one side, emotions, intensity, desire to win, and the other side, stay grounded on the principles. I think this season we were able to manage these 2 sides properly, and we have to think about the big games we played this season. At Leeds, against Leeds at home, Sheffield away, Sheffield at home, Burnley away, Burnley at home. I think in these situations we found the right balance. So I'm confident, really.
And are you excited or are you nervous?
Yeah, because after a full season, big achievement like that, I think we are just happy to play these games, and it's really a positive mindset with strong ambition, strong confidence, and the desire to play the best football as possible. Yeah.
Regis, what's the message to the supporters going into these games who maybe feel a little bit flat after the last 5 matches?
The message is the same one we used all season. Stay connected, stay together, and we'll need them away and at home, because I think this part of the scenarios is really important. When you can feel your supporters, your fans, they can support you through tough situations. Sometimes the momentum is not positive, and you have to stay strong and connected. And when you feel this energy, it's always useful. On the other side, sometimes when you need an extra energy just after a tackle, counter press, high press, and you can feel the energy, I think it feeds the players. So just stay connected, because I don't have to learn something, to teach something to these fans, because they were absolutely fantastic this season.
And you touched on the momentum, or losing the momentum the last sort of 5 games, and it's so easy to understand why that's happened. Do you almost feel a little bit like you've kind of, with regards to that, you've been victims of your own success because you've done so well throughout the campaign until then?
Yes, it's a weird situation, and not unusual. So it's not. I think it's frustrating for us and for our fans. So I get that. It's really fair to say that. And at the same time, just stay consistent and calm through this situation, because it's not unusual. And in sport, we know that when you don't chase something, just subtle details can decide the outcome of the game. And it was the case, for example, twice at home, 1 shot, 1 goal, and the game was finished. So 2 situations, 2 chances, 2 goals. And I think when you are not at your best, so I think the players tried, but the situation was a little bit different from what can be expected for a competitive game. And 1 centimeter, 1 second can change your decision, and at the end the outcome is different. So we are confident and clearly ambitious for the next step.
I guess when you came in last summer and you didn't know the league too well, you didn't know the players, you would have taken this scenario, wouldn't you? You'd have taken this situation going into the playoffs if you'd been offered it last summer.
Yeah, absolutely. So the season, if we compare with the last one, with almost the same squad, because the recruitment window, I think 2 or 3 players were really involved in the main game time, I can say like this. And this team, this squad did so well. So it's important to make a step back and to understand that it was a massive achievement. And now it's another chapter of the season, and this one will be really exciting.
Regis, how difficult is it going to be for the players to restore that intensity that perhaps they had when the playoffs weren't a foregone conclusion? And how difficult is that going to be to suddenly get that intensity back?
I think they are ready, because if the last 3 weeks during the training sessions, it was really clear that they switched on really clearly. Now the effect wasn't the effect expected during the games, but the quality of the sessions and the commitment, the willingness to train properly were really good. So for me, there are players who want to play the best games, the most important games, so they will be ready, sure.
You obviously had a bad result at Coventry, losing 3-0. Do you think you've learned quite a lot from that particular game?
Yes, we learn from every experiences, and I think during this game we made individual mistakes, and I think the game changed at that moment. And it was another part of the season just before the international break, so I think we were at the end of a cycle and probably a little bit exhausted. And now it will be totally different, so we'll have this information. This is the background, and another game to play with game management, with weaknesses, with opportunities to size and so on.
Do you know about the history between the two clubs, stretching back nearly 50 years, whether there's an old grudge with Coventry City? I suppose that's not really your problem, but this is your chance to make history now, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We always need something different to change the story, and if we want to be in Premier League next season, we have to break something. So we are ready to face the challenge. It will be tough, we know, because and we are excited by the challenge, because we want to play these games, and to write a new story, you have to break something. Yeah, sure.
And people have maybe concentrated on the disappointing results, but I suppose another side of it is that the coaches and the players have had a long time to think about the playoffs and to mentally get into the right place for the playoffs, because for quite a long time it's been clear that that was possibly where you were going to end up. So can that be a positive, that there's been a lot of time to plan, to think about it?
Yeah, absolutely. But it was a decision, and not really a decision, because some injuries, some red cards, some different elements just occurred because of the situation, and we had the chance to manage it properly without rushing processes, for example, for injured players and so on. And now it's like jigsaw pieces. I think everything is ready, because our players are available. They want to face the challenge. They were a little bit frustrated, and I think it's positive, rather than being overconfident. And they always need to be on the edge to play their best football, and I think it would be the perfect situation for that.
Do you want to make this feel like any other away game to your players, or do you want to hype it up a little bit, and do you feel like they need that?
What exactly, please?
Do you want to make this feel like any other away game that you've had so far this season, or do you want it to feel a little bit different?
It will be different. It will be different because of the atmosphere and the expectations, the high stakes and so on. So this game will be different, and it will be unique, I think, and they are ready for that. And probably the crowd will be really noisy in the first 20-25 minutes. So it will be important to manage that part, and after that, even through that, because it's still possible to damage a team during this strong momentum, we'll have to size our opportunities.
It's clearly a pressurized situation then, obviously, from your point of view as well. Do you enjoy the pressure?
Absolutely. I think footballers at this level, coaches, clubs, we want to live this kind of event, and rather than being on vacation right now, we are lucky to be together again, to talk about opportunities, problems, bad situation, bad emotions, positive, negative, and ambition. So it's a really good situation. Yeah.